everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chelsea and I make videos mostly about Disney and a couple of vlogs as well. So if you are interested in those kind of videos, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I do upload a video. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be doing an Imagineering sort of thing based on the Disney Plus show, but I actually got this idea from Emily Wonderland's channel. So if you haven't seen her videos, go and check them out because they're amazing. She did an Imagineering showdown with her sister and one of her friends as well, and I really enjoyed watching them. So I thought that I would do my own one. I'm not going to be having a showdown with anybody, I'm just sort of telling you about a land that I created, and you can tell me any like extra ideas that you have that can go in it as well. And yeah, I just thought that it would be a fun little video because I really did enjoy watching her one and her friend's one. Yeah, I just loved the idea of it. So I'm going to be doing an Imagineering video based on Inside Out. Basically it's going to be an Inside Out land, which I would absolutely love it if this was built. So I'm just going to get straight into the video. Okay, so I've made all my notes on my phone, so I'm sorry if I keep looking down during this video. I'm just reading my notes off of my phone. So as I said earlier, it is going to be an Inside Out land. So I'm going to be placing this land in the studios parks. If it's going to be in Paris, I'd like it to be in the Walt Disney Studios. However, I don't know if Inside Out is really a big thing in France, so if it is not a big thing in France, then I will put it in Hollywood Studios in Florida. So what will the land look like? So the land isn't going to be called like Inside Out Land, it's going to be called Imagination Land, and it is going to be solely based on Inside Out though, but it's just going to be based on the land inside Riley's head, Imagination Land. So that's what it's going to be called, and it's going to have, like, when you're walking through it, you're going to be able to see like the Cloud House, the House of Cards, a load of French fries at the side, and big giant trophies. And you'll also have the like lava, so there'll be like a little sort of outdoor play area for kids where they can just jump between like spongy outdoorsy cushion things to play the lava game. So there are going to be meet and greets in the land, so you're going to be able to meet Joy and Sadness first thing in the morning, so from when the parks open until about 1 o'clock, and then from 1 o'clock till about 4 o'clock you're going to be able to meet Bong, and then from 4 o'clock until 7 or 8 you're going to be able to meet Fear, Anger and Disgust. I don't think you can meet Bong in Disney at all at the moment, so I think that he's a great character that should be able to meet. Obviously, I don't think Disgust, Fear and Anger do meet and greets, and I can kind of understand why, because of their personalities. They're not going to be the most sort of Disney characters to meet, but then again, I mean, neither Sadness, but I understand that they don't have meet and greets with those, but if it would be allowed, then you could also meet those three characters at some point during the day as well. So it would be Joy and Sadness together, Fear, Disgust and Anger, and then Bong on his own, and depending on what time of day, you're gonna get a different character there. So I'm thinking that there could be like a wall that is like, how do I say this? A wall that looks like long-term memory, so a wall that is has loads of little balls of memory behind it. So yeah, those are going to be the meet and greets. And then there is also going to be a little preschool world, which is a part in Riley's head, and it's going to look like it does in the film. Obviously you only really see like the gate area of it, but that is going to be for young children, and it's going to have a soft play area, so an indoor play area where there will be like slides, there'll be a ball pit that has like the 5 colours of the memories, and then it's just going to have like climbing ropes and stuff that a normal indoor play area has. It's just gonna look Inside Out themed, so it will be like purple, sort of like headquarters, and yeah, very colourful. Then there is going to be 2 places for dining. So there is going to be a quick service restaurant, which is going to be the pizza parlour that they drive past in San Francisco that only serves broccoli, but obviously here it is going to serve more than just broccoli pizza. So it's going to have like all kinds of pizzas. Vegan cheese is going to be available, and obviously you're going to be able to get that broccoli pizza as well if you would like it. It's going to be an option there. But yeah, so the pizza parlour is the quick service restaurant, and then we have the sit down restaurant, which is, I'm very bad with the names. I've just called it Memory Restaurant. I don't know, I'm very bad at naming things. But so anyway, this restaurant is going to be a vegan restaurant because I mean, Paris is very bad for vegan food anyway, but also if it is going to be in Florida, then I don't think they have any restaurants there that are like solely vegan. So this is going to be a vegan restaurant because I'm vegan and I'm making it up, so why not? So it's just going to have like all sorts of vegan dishes. It would just be like anything that you could find on like a regular American menu, but vegan. So yeah, it will just have things like vegan burgers, vegan hot dogs, vegan like Buddha bowls, veggie fajitas and stuff like that. So yeah, that is going to be the restaurant. And okay, so it's also going to have character dining in the evening. So it's going to be open for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but the characters are only available to meet in the evening because Joy, Sadness and Bing Bong will be out during the day, and then while they're in the restaurant, then the other three characters can be out in the park while Joy, Sadness and Bing Bong are doing meet and greets in the restaurant. There aren't really going to be any waiters around because there is going to be a control panel for the table, so it'll be just at the end of the table, and it's basically going to be like a little iPad that also just has like some little extra buttons around it just for show, and it's where you're going to order your food from. So you're going to have an online menu and you're going to order your food through that menu, and then your food is going to be delivered to your table through a little I don't even know what this is called, like where you've probably seen it in restaurants where they like have your food in like a bowl on wheels, and then there's like a track that goes around the whole restaurant and then like delivers your food to you, sort of like a sushi place but like in the air. So it's basically going to be like your food is a memory, so it's going to come in a like sphere and it's going to be a colour of a memory, so blue, green, purple, red or yellow, and it's going to be delivered to your table through the little like roller coaster system thing. So basically your food is going to be a memory and it's going to be in a little bowl, and then it'll arrive at your table. No waiters needed for the whole experience, so the characters will have all the space that they need to be able to walk around. They're not going to be bumping into waiters and getting in the way while people are ordering and everything. So yeah, I just thought that that was a really fun way to do the restaurant. So what the restaurant will look like is it's going to look exactly like headquarters. So it's going to be purple, and then at obviously your tables, each of the tables is going to be the control panel where obviously, as I said earlier, you're going to order your food from there, and then it's just going to have like around the wall like just sort of memories around the wall, and then obviously you're going to be seeing the dinner bowls like being delivered to other people's tables. So there's going to be little memories floating throughout the room as well, which I don't know, I just really love the idea of this restaurant and I really want to go to it. I just think it would be so cool. That's basically the restaurant. Okay, so now we're moving on to the exciting part, which is the rides. So we've got the first ride, which is called, again, excuse me for these names, Memory Drop-Off. I couldn't think of a better name for it. I honestly have the worst imagination when it comes to naming rides. I've actually got four attractions. 3 of them are rides and 1 is something that I'm going to get to in a minute. So the first one is Memory Drop-Off, as I've already said, and this is basically going to be like Crush's Coaster in Paris. Okay, that's just made me think maybe I shouldn't put this land in Paris because the ride is already pretty much there. It's very similar. So actually I think I'm going to put this land in Hollywood Studios in Florida because they already pretty much have this ride in Paris. Obviously different theming, but it's going to be like Crush's Coaster, so you're going to be sat, if you haven't been on it before, it's just like a circle. There's 2 seats facing one way, 2 seats facing the other way, and you're back to back, and you're just going to get in that. Again, they're going to be coloured like the different memories, so different colour carts. You're going to sit in those, and then obviously like as you're going it turns. It doesn't like fully spin, but it's just going to like turn so that you could be going down the track sideways, you could be going down backwards or forwards or whatever it is. Okay, so basically you are a memory and you are going on the journey that a memory would go on. So you're starting off at headquarters where Riley first makes her memory, and that is what the front of the queue is going to look like. So that room where you get to the front of the queue, and then what it's going to do is it's going to shoot you out of headquarters and into a glass tube, which is going to actually come out of the building that the roller coaster is in. So it's an inside roller coaster, but you're going to be coming out of it into a glass tube where this is like the journey from headquarters into long-term memory, and it's outside at the building. Don't know, it's pretty fun. So people who are just walking past are going to be able to see this little glass tube with the carts going through it, and then you're going to come back inside and it's going to be a really colourful room, and this is going to look exactly like long-term memory. And then finally you're going to be dropped off on your shelf at your destination. So the end of this ride is going to look like giant walls, big memories, because you're getting out of a big memory and you need to be the size of a memory. So everything is going to be really big around you and colourful. And yeah, that's the ride. So that is memory drop off, because obviously you're being dropped off in the long-term memory. The next one, I really couldn't think of a name, so I've just called it Inside Out. So this is going to be a kids ride, sort of like Peter Pan, or I don't know if they have them in Florida. I think they have like a Pinocchio one in Florida, but in Paris they have like Pinocchio, Snow White, like that sort of kiddie ride track. You're going to go through all the different characters, I guess. So you're going to start off by going into like, I don't really know how to explain this. So it's going to start off as like a general thing where you're going to experience different feelings of a human. So you're going to experience what it feels like to be in the head. It's really hard to explain. So you're going to feel like what it's going to be like when someone sneezes, and this is going to have like water splashed at you, and you're going to feel what it's like to be inside someone's head when they have hiccups and when they have brain freeze. So the room is going to get really cold and everything's going to go all frosty and stuff. So it's sort of like a 4D experience where like the room will change and you're going to feel it as well. And then obviously like the cart will sort of shake because they're shivering. And yeah, and then we're going to go through like all the feelings. So you're going to see fear. So there's going to be like a dog or something that chases you, and you're going to like, the cart's going to like run away from it. And then you're going to have disgust. So there's going to be a really bad smell. And then sadness, where the ride goes really slow and it sort of like has little drops where, you know, like she just sort of plops herself down. And then anger is going to get really hot because obviously his head is fire, so he's going to get angry and it's going to go hot. And then finally you're going to finish off with joy, where it's a little bit faster. It's still slow because it's a kids ride, but it's just like a little bit faster, a little bit happier, and happy music and very colourful, and it's just joy. It's just happiness to finish off the ride. So I don't know, that's just like a kids, that's just something so that kids can join in this land, because the other ride that I have isn't really very kid friendly. So the next one is Bing Bong's rocket launch. So obviously depending on the child, it can be kid friendly if they're brave. If it's a kid that would go on like Tower of Terror, then they're going to be brave enough to go on this. But yeah, it's called Bing Bong's rocket launch, and basically what's going to happen is it's going to be like a two-seater thing, where you're sat like in a little cart that looks like his rocket, and the song is going to play. So you can sing along to it if you want. It's going to be, who's your friend who likes to play bing bong, who sings it and yells hooray, bing bong, and then after that, then you're just going to be like rocket launched into the sky. So it's one of those things that like it's on like stilts, and then like you're down here, you start like at the bottom of it, and it's on like elastic, and it basically like pings you up into the sky and then you like fall back down. So it's going to be basically Bing Bong and Joy trying to get back from the memory dump back to long-term memory. So it's going to be an outside ride, and yeah, you're just going to be launched into the sky and then fall back down. But there can be like a couple of these going off so that it's a bit of a quicker queue, because obviously if it's just 2 to 4 people at a time, then it's going to be very, very slow. So yeah, there we go, Bing Bong's rocket launch. Okay, and then my last attraction is the long-term memory maze. So basically you're going to be walking through long-term memory. So it's going to be giant walls with all the different coloured balls in them, and you've got to find your way to the middle. When you get to the middle, you're going to find the gingerbread house. Hi guys, so I'm currently editing the Imagineering video, and I'm watching it back and adding pictures, and I type in on Google the Inside Out gingerbread house, and there is no gingerbread house in Inside Out. And I had originally planned for the gingerbread house to be the centre of the maze, and you would go up and be able to walk up in the gingerbread house and then go out into a little shop and make gingerbread men and buy loads of gingerbread. Turns out there's no gingerbread house in Imagination Land in Inside Out, and it's actually a graham cracker castle. that has been knocked down, so I'm not going to use that. Instead, what I'm going to do is have the Princess Dreamworld castle as the centre of the maze. Obviously it gets knocked down in the film, but we could still use it for the centre of the maze. Yeah, it's going to be like the castle, you're going to be able to go up in it, and you're going to get a nice view of the whole land and the maze and everything. So it'll still be very nice, it just won't be gingerbread, and it won't smell like gingerbread either, which I had originally planned for the castle to smell like gingerbread. Instead, it's just going to have a nice princessy perfume scent to it, and it's going to be very glittery and colourful, and yeah, it's just going to be a little mini princess castle. So, my bad, but there we go. So that actually leads me on to my next topic, which is shops. So this land has 2 shops, not including the gingerbread one, so I guess 3. The next one is the shop which is after the memory drop-off ride. So it's after that first ride that I mentioned, which was the roller coaster sort of themed like Crusher's Coaster, but obviously Imagine Inside Out themed. This is going to sell pins of the characters, plushies, and it's going to have a Bing Bong candy station. So you're going to be able to sort of like a pick and mix of Bing Bong's tiers. Bing Bong candy station. And then there is also going to be the other store, which is the Store of Imagination. Again, I'm not so good with the names, but yeah, whatever it's going to be called. And this is going to sell plushies, pins, clothes, mugs, plates, notebooks and pens, like little statues of the characters. And then you're also going to be able to create your own imaginary friend. So it's sort of like the build your own lightsaber or make your own avatar. I don't really know how they work because I've never done them, but basically you're going to create your own imaginary friend using the like tools that are in the computer, and then it's basically going to print out your imaginary friend in like a Barbie form. I don't like in the form of like a little statue figurine thing that kids can play with then. So then they can take home their imaginary friend that they have created in the shop and then give it its own unique name as well. And then you're also going to get a little birth certificate for your imaginary friend so that people don't forget the name of it, and so it has the date you created it and everything like that. And then finally, entertainment. So I've already mentioned that there is going to be meet and greets throughout the days. And then the final thing is going to be a dream show. So in the evening, when Riley has gone to sleep, there is going to be a dream show, because obviously she has dreams in the evening and they create them. So you're going to be able to see Miss Unicorn and like all those little blob things creating a dream. But then there's also going to be all the main characters coming into this show, as well as Bing Bong, of course, because if you can't tell already, I love Bing Bong. And then there's going to be loads of lights, everything's going to be lit up. It's going to be sort of like, because this show happens when it's dark, all of the characters on stage are going to be lit up, whether that's like them themselves or if there's just like spotlights on them, creating different colours and making it look very pretty. And then it's going to be obviously Inside Out music, very happy and upbeat. And then at the end of the show there is also going to be some fireworks as well, because in my head Disney have no budget so they can create this land. I know that it's a very expensive land, but oh my goodness, it would be incredible to be able to go to Imagination Land. So that is it for my Imagineering. That is my Inside Out land, which is called Imagination Land. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the land down below. And if you have any ideas for any extra rides that could go in the land, I would love to know. I think it's so much fun creating this sort of stuff, and I'm definitely going to do more videos like this in the future as well, because I have so many ideas for Imagineering. Like, seriously, Disney, hire me as an Imagineer, because whenever I watch a Disney movie, I come up with like 2 or 3 rides based on that movie, and my imagination goes crazy. So yeah, hire me, Disney, please. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos. Make sure you leave in the comments down below an idea of what you think could be put into Imagination Inside Out Land, because I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this and what you think can also be put in there as well, because I just love the thought of this. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone.